first game together as a team. So let's see how things go for Signify here today against, like I said, one of the stronger teams in this tournament. This is sort of like Execration Light because it does feature, it says Geek fam. It features a little guy in the mid lane known as KYXY, who is a little bit infamous. If you search his name, there's a term getting if you get KYXY, that means you accidentally deny the Aegis from your team, because that's what he did in TI.
Yeah.
He both won and lost his team the game, because he had another game where he single-handedly won his team the game when he was on Orange Esports, when he had a 4-man and then a 5-man RP, or reverse polarity, on Magnus. He killed it. He's both the best and the worst. He's hot and cold, and it looks like today things are starting off a little bit cold for Geek fam as they represent Malaysia.
All right, well, we'll have to see if KYXY as well as the rest of Geek fam will pick things up, or if it'll continue to be cold for them for the rest of the day. We are getting through our ban phase right now. Nothing too surprising. IO and Razor Band on the side of Geek fam. Usually, I would always love to see an IO and an Ursa combo, but they're never alive, or they're never not banned to actually come out as that combo, because back in the day, back in the old Dota days, like not Dota 1, Dota 2.
Okay.
Yeah, early Dota 2 days when IO first came out, and you know, he was paired up with Ursa, just teleporting here and there.
Ooh.
But Sand King does come out, another hero that I used to love playing. He's a nuisance. He has so many CCs. He has a slow. He has a Sandstorm to kind of, like nowadays, a lot of the Sand King players, they max out Sandstorm first, and they just clear the waves with that.
Yeah, you can absolutely play that. It's a great way to play a more macro-focused game. But by my money, Sand King is a little bit like Earthshaker Light.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure why you would go Sand King instead of Earthshaker.
Don't say that.
No, okay, so obviously Sand King does a little bit more damage, has a little bit more ganking potential, but I think Earthshaker is just such a good first pick. It doesn't really telegraph anything about your lineup, and it's just so good. The Blink Echo Slam, kind of along the lines of like a Blink Epicenter, but it's just a little bit more reliable. The CC is a little bit higher. Well, hey, speaking about higher CC, we got a Shadow Shaman. I think Shadow Shaman has the longest chain CC in the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, if not the longest, one of the longest.
Yeah, between Shackles and Hex, it's just like you just don't get a chance to move.
Well, you can't never take out Meepo with the netting, the constant netting, and you know, the teleporting.
All right.
But yeah, Shadow Shaman, not a bad pick always. We do see Shadow Shaman come out very often. Same goes for Sand King and Ember Spirit. So no surprises here in the earlier draft phase, other than Signify taking their time to get their second pick going.
Yeah, so let's see what we might be looking for here. I'd say a support would go very well here. You know, we've already seen an Omni Knight, but I would be more expecting something along the lines of, I don't know, Troll. Otherwise, I mean, what are you looking at?
Troll, like Troll Warlord?
No, not Troll Warlord. What was I thinking about? Witch Doctor.
Oh, Witch Doctor, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, when you go Witch Doctor along with Sand King, that gives you such like high damage. Like there's just no way to counter like the initiation from Sand King on top of like a Maledict. Like you're just gonna fall over. Like all
right, here we
see
go.
what it is. Oh, okay. Oracle.
It's an Oracle. Okay, so Oracle wasn't banned. I skipped on the bans on the top side, and Oracle has been banned the first 2 games, if I am correct.
You are correct.
From what we've seen. So finally, we get to see this Oracle stay alive in the first ban phase, and it is picked up by Signify.
Now, the great thing about Oracle is that you have so many different ways that you can alter the game. Oracle is a little bit weird when it comes to supports, because it does a lot of damage, but also it all heals back to some extent. And you've got False Promise to just keep somebody alive for basically forever.
Yeah. It is a false promise.
That is,
right? Yeah.
It's
like
well
I
named.
loved that name.
Whoever named that guy got it right.
Yeah, definitely. And here we go. The rest of the the next two bands coming through. And you know what's interesting is seeing that Mars band ever since that first game happened.
You're right.
I don't know if it's a coincidence or if it's literally because of what happened with Mars on the first game with Cerberus, but wow. The Mars constantly being banned. The Morphling is also banned on the side of Geek Fam, I just noticed. And yeah, the more of the common bans are coming from Geek Fam here. The IO, the Razor, the Mars, the Morphling.
I'm not sure why we have the Alk ban. Oh, okay, yeah, I know why we have the Alk ban, because that's what KYXY. Yeah, he would just run that mid and
dominate.
Dominate. Yes, that's a classier way to put it than I would have said. That's his job, basically. He either picks Alk and goes mid, or we can always see his trademark Magnus, although maybe that's a little bit triggering. I don't know. I don't know what his carry is going to be, but we're about to find out.
I would love to see, you know how I talked about one of my friends playing the Ember Spirit mid. If KYXY is going mid with that Ember Spirit, which is highly unlikely, like I would love to see it go mid anyways, just for the sake of, you know, old time sakes of my memory, but we'll see. All right, Earth Spirit, you know, one of the spirits that I actually personally don't like as much, considering, you know, of all the other spirits that are out there.
Well, we've got Earth, Ember. Where's our Storm Spirit?
Yeah.
We got to get all the spirits on one team.
I love Storm Spirit.
Storm Spirit is super fun, but not always. Like, you got to have a team comp that perpetuates it. Otherwise, you're going to be zipping around and your team dies, and you can't stop it. So, yeah, Earth Spirit here is definitely a pick that doesn't telegraph absolutely anything. I mean, you're definitely going to have a lot of control here with Shadow Shaman and Earth Spirit. So the ability to control the battlefield is high. And I think that goes towards what we were thinking from KYXY, where you would see him play like a super hard carry. And when you have this much control in front of you, you can go for something like a Medusa, like we've seen every game so far.
Please. But yeah, we do have the Undying coming out from Signify. So, you know, just a little bit going back to Geek Fam's picks. We have the Shadow Shaman, Earth Spirit. These two are, you know, they're basically done with supports. They're done with their team fight CCs. Even with Ember Spirit, you know, not too much. He is the one to distract. He's the one to go behind enemy lines, kind of distract them, do the damage, and then come back out alive if possible. And the two Shaman and the Earth Spirit for the supporting role, if a 5v5 team fight breaks through. So right now, Geek Fam, I'm curious for the fourth and the Enigma. Okay, they're not done picking for this team fight. They're all in for that team fight here.
That is so much control. Yeah. Like, I mean, you're just see like first item BKBs. No, I'm just kidding. But the idea is that
no, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, you got to find a way to get through this because you know, if you had seen something like a first pick like Dro or what is it?
Anything.
Yeah, really anything. Any sort of hard carry. If you pick your carry first, I mean, it just doesn't get through that.
Yeah.
I think the Enigma here is a really, really good pick because not only does it give you that sort of ganking jungler kind of feel, Lina.
Okay. This is just showing that Lina wants to just get rid of one of the squishies, either Shadow or Enigma, as soon as possible.
I can see that, especially Shadow Shaman, very susceptible to that. But the problem is, like, Lina is not very mobile, and so super vulnerable to being kind of just crowd controlled to death. Especially if Enigma is able to get any sort of that onto Lina during the early lane phase, it's just really going to set that pretty far behind. So. My big question mark comes in the final pick for Geek Fam, because that is going to be probably KYXY's mid laner. And honestly, he could pilot something like the Ember Spirit or even switch on to Enigma. It's not like that's totally unheard of. But he probably needs like the super hard carry.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if Signify has really set up well enough to counter that.
See, the thing is, right now, Geek Fam, the only mobility hero they have is Ember Spirit so far, and they don't have any super crazy initiating hero other than like probably, you know, chickening from the Shadow Shaman or Earth Spirit stun to start it off. But if you look at Signify, they have Sand King, and just Sand King speaks it all. You talked about how, you know, he is very kind of you want to kind of compare it to the Earthshaker with the Blink Dagger, but just a little bit more damage. And just by, being able to compare the Sand King to the Earthshaker just proves that Sand King's initiate is just crazy at the, at top of the, it's at the top of the, tier list. And
PA, okay.
All right.
TA.
Templar Assassin.
One of the A's, yeah. My teacher's assistant here. Banned out. I guess that actually is very intelligent, right? Because it could have definitely been the mid lane pick, and I think it does show that Signify know what they're up against. Because now not only did they not have to worry about that, they also can pick something that might be a good mid lane counter to it. Maybe OD might be one. Spectre.
Oh,
what?
Spectre.
I did not expect to see Spectre at all.
All right. So now this Spectre pick, I thought. We'll see. They're literally just relying on Sand King and Oracle to just CC in, keep them alive until Lina and Spectre just start grinding through the middle instead of going back behind with Sand King. So we'll see if that'll work, because now Geek Fam, their last pick, it's going to matter, because like I said before, they do have the mobility just on Ember Spirit, but with so much support coming in from Shadow Shaman, Earth Spirit, and Enigma, they need one more hero to kind of finish the job here in or during the team fight. So I don't know. Signify the Spectre last pick, or either Spectre or Lina, like both of them being on there, it's kind of questionable in my perspective, but we'll see how they make it work.
Well, I mean, Spectre did just get an Axe upgrade in the most recent patch, so might think that it's a little bit more powered up than it used to be. I'm trying to remember what the Axe upgrade did. I'm not used to all of the new ones. It's like I have to memorize 24 new spells. Sorry, I'm not quite on the ball with that one.
Well, we are gonna go into the last pick, and anti-mage. Okay. All right, so. I was talking about how, they don't have the mobility CC, but they're just going to go with the mobility DPS here with the Ember Spirit and Anti-Mage, while the three supports distract everybody in the front and the mid lane.
Well, it is going to be KYXY on the Enigma in the jungle, so I guess that means that he's looking to set up more help for the rest of his team. He's getting out of that mid and looking to make his ganks happen elsewhere. But the anti-mage coming through, I really do like that. I think that specifically against Lina, I mean, look, all I need to see is a reflected Laguna Blade, and that's just going to make me pretty happy.
Yeah. That will be insane. But also to kind of not directly counter Sand King, but still, Ember Spirit and Anti-Mage, they will be able to survive Sand King's Dagger Epicenter, even though he comes in, unless, the perfect stun lands and the perfect Laguna Blade lands on you with that. If that's not the case, both of, kind of the carry on the side, whatchamacallit, on Geek Fan will be able to survive the Sand King initiate, so that's a plus.
I see for you.
I could definitely see that. Also, there's plenty of room for counter initiate if Sand King goes in first. And you've
swap places.
You've got the ability to not only swap places but to black hole once everybody piles into the epicenter. So let's see how things are going to start off as we get into our third game of this APAC qualifier final. Geek Fam, one of the stronger teams with some legendary players, down 0-2 to start things off. Once you go down 0-3, your chances of making it out to the finals in Xi'an are astronomically lower.
Yeah, like even if you lose 3, right, and you win the rest of the 4 games, it'll still be hard to kind of go up there in top 2 to go to Xi'an. Here we go.
Trying to catch out onto Bryant, just harassing him back. I mean, it's Earth Spirit, so just going to be able to regen through the rest of that. Papa Tango, and we'll be just fine. Maybe turning it right back around onto Wacky. He's going to get whacked a little bit as he backs out.
Right, there we go.
Fighting over the rune.
This is not the fight that you want to get into this early, losing this much health.
Wow, Wacky, Negi, Blizzard,
Oh
and
my God,
Ochan.
Earth
Got
Spirit!
it. Yes, hello, please
Whoa.
respond. What?
Okay, so now you know why Geek Fam is starting with a 0 and 2.
Well, okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But suffice it to say that is not the way you're wanting to start things out. After taking so much damage initially, yeah, definitely not the way that you want that to begin.
All right, and we do see the Ember Spirit mid.
Yeah,
Something that I wanted to see.
I mean, I definitely would have expected, you know, AM to get a nice safe lane, but especially starting off with that Earth Spirit death, I'm just like, okay, well, clearly it's just not starting out the way that they intended.
Well, the Undying is definitely harassing. Obviously not going to chase it, it's level 1, but he will force him back. There we go, they're going to commit a little bit.
Yeah.
Undying is just going to keep him away.
That seems like Burrow Strike for damage almost. Yeah. I'm just like, well, your mana pool doesn't really support that, but got enough for 2.
There we go.
And I think he's got mangoes. Yeah. Oh, that's the Undying with mangoes.
Yeah.
He is definitely going to need those. Already out of mana.
All right, there we go. Anthony does hit level 2. The Burrow Strike does land. It's not going to get the kill, obviously, but enough to scare him away. The Shadow Shaman is also has fallen back to kind of pull its jungle creeps as well to stack.
Kind of surprised to see the Eidolons and Enigma in lane. Usually you get out as quickly as you can, but I guess the point of the Enigma is to either 2-on-1 or 1-on-2. Or 2-on-2 or 1-on-2 and just shove the wave off. Shackles onto Negi. In the trees, dangerously near that turret. Man, they are really not afraid to keep pushing on in here. Not afraid of the anti-mage at all.
All right, well, we do have a pause.
Well, the G might stand for go, so
yeah.
we might be able to get back into this really quickly. Looks like they might have just had a momentary issue and then get right back ready to go.
I'm happy that whenever there's a pause in any esports, right?
We're getting right back into it. One more in the sandstorm damage does enough, and that's going to be Negi picking himself up a kill.
And anti-mage, he's probably not going to die, but wow.
Forcing the re-TP back up to top lane. A little bit of zap, but Chance way too tanky. This Undying, I'm really surprised at how well that pick is working out top. Here we go.
Okay,
Earth Spirit, the shove right on out. But an immediate stun there. I mean, Lina really coming up with the perfect counterplay just in the nick of time.
Oh my gosh, if the Lina was able to get one more auto attack in for that Earth Spirit, I think she could have had that kill in the bag.
The clutch light strike array, like the immediate counter stun right after Earth Spirit kicked her back out. Very well timed.
Oh,
another one actually does hit the Ember.
Not enough mana though.
In the wave.
Yeah.
Does she have any mangoes? No, I want to say she has a clarity, but obviously you don't want to use that while you're taking damage.
Okay. Well, she does. She is out of mana. Earth Spirit is kind of rotating around to see if there's any opportunities for him to support his team in a gank.
I love watching my supports just buy Orb of Venom and walk between the lanes, just being annoying. I think that's exactly what the doctor ordered here. Shackles up, but there's the Sandstorm. Don't want to run in there to fight AM. Nice attempt at the counter, but actually might go down the last
the Oracle came up.
Wacky.
When did he come up?
Burrow Strike on through the trees. Nowhere to run or hide. I mean, Ember's here, so a lot of damage coming through. I think Chance might have bit off a little bit more.
Okay, there we go. The Undying does go down. The Oracle seems to be in danger as well. Ember Spirit has a lot of mana, and he has a lot of health to work with. And there we go. Another kill down.
Yep, Chain's coming through there at the end to just secure that. Lock it up. 5-3 Signify with a 1K gold lead. Now, let's not make too much out of it, but we might be extending that a little bit more. Venge on to Eidolon. KYXY dropping down, and there's the last hit.
All right, well, Spectre, obviously known for her damage, doing her job. While all that crazy chaotic teamfight happened at top, she knew she was in the clear just to 1v1 that Enigma. Good pickup, good lead. We'll see if Signify will be able to take and keep this control going.
Okay, well that's what a Laguna Blade does. So,
not surprised.
Of course, as soon as you hit 6, that's when Laguna Blade is at its most potent. It's a little bit like Finger of Death on Lion. It's that big nuke. You want to hit that button as fast as you can.
All right. Well,
did Blizzard just pick up both of those bounty runes?
Did he?
I think he did.
Yeah, I think he did.
Wow.
Up.
Burrow, autos. He's injected with the poison, but he's not going to pop, so.
Ooh, a little bit too late. But, you know, if you look at the last hits and the CS on the left side, well, now it's kind of evened out. But for the time being, for a split second at least, but before that happens, Enigma not having his day.
Earth Spirit, though, coming back on into the Oracles. Got the right clicks.
Okay.
Takes him out.
Yeah, I was going to say. Well, good gank coming through, but as I was saying, you know, for a moment there, Signify, 3 of Signify's players were all the way at the top for last hits and denies, and you know that's not a good sign. Usually, you want to kind of, you know, have it mingled, even though your team is on the backside, getting pushed to the corner. You want at least one of your carries, potential carries, to be somewhere in the top 3. Regarding the net worth and regarding the last hits and denies.
Where are they? Are they not in the top 3?
Well, they weren't, but now they are.
Well, I mean, the top 3 right now are, just everything Signify wants out of this game.
All right, Spectre definitely having his time with the net worth. Same goes for Lina, right? She was able, Swifty was able to capitalize right when he hit level 6, so we saw that right on screen. So
I keep getting Spectre and Vengeful Spirit mixed up. I don't know, they're a lot more similar than I like to think they are. All right, Brian in Earth Spirit with the kickback. Where's it at? Oh, the shackles, making it too easy.
Oracle trying his best, but he does go down. Earth Spirit.
Oh wow, Swifty. It's just the drive by.
The stun is going to land Laguna Blade.
Light Strike Array doesn't even need to pop the R. No.
Nope. Yeah, he's gonna save that. But either way, good trade, good kills, good pickup. Right now, Signify is definitely was at the lead from the beginning of the game till now. They know how to keep that lead. They don't want to give it up.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you know, it's very similar to Cerberus where, you know, if they ever get a lead, right, they know how to keep it. They know how to capitalize on it. They don't want to lose that lead. And right now, Signify, they are showing consistency here.
Yeah, but the game is going to take a little bit of a different trajectory as we move towards the middle. We're going to see a little bit less rotations as the money for wards and the wards just themselves keep coming out, make that a little bit harder than it used to be. And of course, like Vengeful Spirit, but Ember Spirit and Anti-Mage are going to keep farming up. And so that's something that will, over time, kind of flip the script on this top 3 net worth. Oh, there's the Laguna Blade coming through.
Finishing things up here.
Yeah, Undying just not afraid at all to lead the strike. Tombstone under the tower.
And the Spectre is going to finish it up. Oracle and the Undying is taking a hit from the tower each to allow the Spectre to finish that kill.
Yeah, and you can't even target down the Tombstone. This is just peak Undying usage right here. It forces out the glyph as well, and wow, this is all Signify all the time.
Yeah, and if you notice the rotations coming through from Signify, very early rotations. Geek fam, they're they're a little bit behind. You don't want to be too behind, but right now, even with the mobilities, right, like the Anti-Mage and the Ember Spirit on their side, they're very late on the follow-ups. But this time, Lina, we know that she is very low on mobility, but still that TP.
Oh, dodge out on the Light Striker Rage. Are we going to see it?
Gosh.
The right clicks on down. Brian able to just barely get away. The spirit of the earth lives to see another day.
Because the Laguna Blade was on cooldown, it comes back right now. If she had it,
seconds.
Yeah, if she had it, he was a dead spirit.
I love the wind lace here just to make sure that Lina can just run as fast as humanly possible right between the lanes. And especially now with Laguna Blade up, we're not gonna see some passive farming here.
Here we go, Shadow Shaman. Oh, starts with the Laguna Blade.
Oh, it's just got the last hit. Yeah, perfect usage there by Swifty. This Lina early game. Oh man, so rough.
Oh, but their Spirit, they want to pay him back. The Sand King not in a great position, does go down. Not in the position that you want to be, but if you notice the minimap, the ward was there. That is how the Earth Spirit was able to initiate into that Sand King, catch him off guard in a way to finish that kill, pick up a kill for themselves to get it started here.
Looking for a gank on the mid lane. Wacky senses something wacky and is going to be playing a little bit more safely. I still don't think he's out of the woods just yet. Well, he is literally out of the woods, but might still be in danger.
He wants to creep. Oh, but in the
actions bottom lane, Swifty.
He's landing all the stuns today.
Yeah, it's like Light Strike Array has a faster cast time for him or something. It's not supposed to be that easy to land.
But yeah, right now, oh my God, Lina. We were talking about how she lacks a lot of mobility, but oh my gosh, it just.
Are we going back in again? I mean, thankfully, Undying's level 6, so it's not going to be quite as easy as you would have expected.
Oh.
I mean, Ember Spirit.
Oh my God!
Can't dodge that.
Every 60 seconds, Lina is just gonna come to Zappy's death. All right, here we go. Another Sand King Sandstorm, and the Undying.
Oh, Nagi got the kill for that. So.
Yeah. Okay, so the Earth Spirit does go down. Oh my goodness.
Oh, now extra cast range. Okay, as if you needed to blade people from across the map. Man, this is very, very scary. And once you have the ability to, buy a few talismans, get a hood or something, just make yourself a little bit more resistant to this massive burst damage, then finally Lina might start to fall off. But the problem is that while she controls this early game, it gives more and more time for the Spectre to farm on up and just get harder and harder to kill.
Yeah, look at this net worth. It feels as if Signify, they're like on a bet right now. Who will get more money? And like it was Lina for the early mid game, and now Spectre has caught up. And here another stun lands onto Anti-Mage.
This is the AM. You're not supposed to be able to do that to him. Wacky on the chase. Does he get the stun? No. Laguna Blade. 10. Laguna Blade hero kills. 10. That's quite a few.
This is just absurd.
This is reaching your peak Lina, like, late game fantasy. Yeah. This is what you want to do. You run around the map, you press R a lot, kill people. He's having a good time. He's having a ball. There's the black hole, catching everybody. But at the end, I don't think that's necessarily the hole he was looking for. Blizzard, the Spectre, just going to town. Nothing can stop him now.
Oh, the Ember Spirit does come in to try to do something. Sand King does go down.
Can't even kill him. Look at the Oracle heal.
All right, well, very unfortunate. It was a 2-3 trade. Still, Signify benefits from this fight.
Spectral Dagger does land on to the Ember Spirit. The chase. Lina's waiting for it. Where's the R button? Doesn't even need it. Going for the and one. Can't find it. Oh, the Burrow Strike. They're following up with it. Where's the R? There it is. A mega kill for Swifty.
Oh my goodness. They are literally just racing for that first place. Lina and Spectre, they're just, oh my God, they're just a tag team that is unstoppable.
Is there a contest we don't know about? Is there a stretch goal on their compendium for this event? I don't know. But, I mean, it's like they're playing for some sort of rewards.
Look at this. They are always out of position. Geek fam, I don't know. They do have the Riverside warded. They do have the offensive wards, but I don't know what is up with them. Maybe they're not used to, the Korean playing environment in the internet cafe, or they may be jet lagged in some way. Maybe it's too early for them like it is for me. Something is off for Geek fam right now. They're just getting picked off one by one. And, I wouldn't say this if they were just losing team fights, right? They're just getting picked off by one. Again, as I was saying that.
Yeah, Wicked Sick is what I would say about this Lina performance, regardless of how good it was. Wow, I love the extra magic resistance from KYXY. Just saying, look, I don't want to get right-clicked, so.
Well, Ember Spirit, I don't know.
Ember Spirit going in. I don't know if that's the direction you need to move right now, my dude. I mean, we've still got level. Okay, yeah, there's going to be the Spectral Dagger. I think that's really all you need. They actually could have chased that.
Oh, Earth Spirit as well. Doesn't want to get caught here, but the Shaman. Oh, they are going to kind of commit. Oh, doesn't land.
Yeah, where's the Magnetite going to come through here by Bryant? It looks like Wacky trying to get the counter engaged here. Undying is in there, but the Dying comes through there. It's for the Shadow Shaman. Sounds like Swifty was trying to kill Blizzard there for a second.
No, I was like, oh, you're on the same team.
Oh, Bryant.
The TP is successful.
So close there. They knew he was there too.
But if you notice, because there's so much rotation coming from Signify, just picking up kills, 26-9. I don't think other than the top tower, the mid tower did go down. But it took them a very long time, considering that they were, so ahead in kills and net worth and everything else. The towers at top and mid went down pretty slow. The bottom tower is still alive, it seems, as they're gonna take their time. But Ember Spirit, they just go in.
Epicenter just to clear the wave, and it does do the job. What are we watching here? I guess basically Signify just shoving waves right and left.
Yep. They are just playing it carefully. They are doing quick rotations. Somehow they're avoiding the wards, because you see the wards on the minimap. It's not like Geek Fam isn't warding at all. They are warding.
Yeah.
They're just out positioned right now. They're getting picked off, and they're allowing the CCs to land all the time.
Well, half of it's allowing, half of it's Swifty just being an actual god. So despite their best efforts to try to escape, now, okay, sure, they're not dying. They're able to run away, but nothing's stopping these waves from pushing. They're just running between the lanes, shoving them in over and over again.
And, just a thing that came to my mind. Every time I see this Lina just use her skills, right? It kind of reminds me of the new X-Men movie that's coming out, Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix, yeah. I was going to say the exact same thing.
Oh my goodness. It's like, oh, yeah, that's how OP Phoenix is in X-Men, and this is how OP Lina is right now in this game.
Still haven't seen actual Phoenix yet. Maybe we can make that joke again later on. So. Once again, like I said, just clearing the waves over and over again. Sand King proxies another one. Bashes that back as Lina one-shots that top wave and soon to be that top turret.
All right.
Are they going to force out a glyph already? Otherwise, just going to click it down.
Well, we don't see Geek Fam anywhere near to trying to defend this. They are just farming at the bottom side. I guess they want to kind of pull back Signify from top to call them bot by pressuring it, but it doesn't seem like it's swaying Signify at all. We have 3 members of Signify at top still.
Here comes Bryant. Looks like they know what's down there. Can they find any of it? The answer is no. And here comes Spectre. So many Spectres left to choose from. Goes for the reality. And Wacky's there to go on a killing spree? Okay, I guess that's one way to do it. Forget the Lina. It's all about that Oracle.
Wow. All right, well, this is what happens when you knock on the wrong door.
Yeah.
You should have left them at top lane. You shouldn't have called them back down. And this is what you get. You pick a fight with the wrong team, with the wrong guy, you end up getting hit, you end up getting knocked out.
Yeah, this is really just a 1-2 punch at this point. Looks like they found KYXY and the Flame Spirit. I don't know.
The ult does.
The black hole is a little bit too good. I mean,
the Ember Spirit definitely doing damage now.
It's definitely hit that moment, but the problem is that Spectre's just been allowed to farm this entire game. Right click, and a killing spree to come through.
Gosh, the game actually lives here.
For how long?
Undying is trying to catch.
Ember Ember Spirit just barely survives, and he goes around with a triple.
All kill. We have an ace here, so Signify gives them an all kill. An ace comes out.
Mom, get the camera.
Yeah.
This is a Polaroid moment here for Geek Fam. Somehow, some way, they take what has been a pretty much total failure of the early game and turn it around into not only a triple, not only bounty runes, but a complete wipe. And now, things might just be turning around. Looking for Mjolnir, almost completed on that Ember.
Well, I did not expect team wipe.
Yeah,
like the team fight didn't go so well. The Enigma ult was definitely a good one with Ember Spirit in there, doing the DPS, doing the damage. However, you know, I expected maybe 2 to 3 heroes going down, not all 5. And this is definitely a setback, a huge setback for Signify. Even though they are still a little bit ahead, it's 28 to 14. But look at the net worth; it's only 1K difference now.
Missed there on that burrow strike, but the things that were strong are still strong for Signify. Lina will maybe fade off a little bit, but is still super, super strong. Right. The problem is that when the phase of the game turns to big team fights, I think that absolutely could start going Geek Fam's way. A catch in there, the Laguna Blade comes through. A takedown on the Shadow Shaman, not the end of the world here. But it does force a BKB out on,
but he's not going to miss
Enigma. No, for sure not. We'll get a heal back in just a second from that.
Gone. See, the thing is, Signify was already rotating around 2 bot to secure those 2 kills. They thought that Enigma and the Shadow Shaman would run back, but they didn't. So it took a little bit longer for the rest of the team of Signify that was smoked to come around, because they were rotating through the river, but they weren't falling back. So it took them a little while, but still they did pick up those 2 kills. So props to them. Unfortunately, Signify will come back and say the ace that you guys got was a huge mistake.
And now, I mean, let's take a look at Spectre. We're starting to see the builds really come through. If we could click on Spectre and really see these items, I think she's on 3 completed, if I'm not mistaken.
3 core items maybe, but look at the net worth. Anti-Mage has caught up. He was so behind that I wasn't even mentioning him.
Yeah, I mean, we could have seen that coming. And Battle Fury is just going to get you there, right? I mean, that's just what anti-mages do best. They might kind of take it a little bit of a hit early on, but they're going to get their farm. It's super hard to totally shut an anti-mage down. And yeah, look at that. Actually does force out that counter spell. Takes turret, walks away.
Well, slowly but surely, Geek Fam, it seems as if they're not as pushed back to the corner as they were 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But they are still kind of, they have to win maybe 1 or 2 small skirmishes or a huge team fight like they did previously with the 5 all kill. But, it started to come together for Geek Fam as well.
Blowing that blink cooldown, you can really tell what the AM wants to do at this point. It's just run around the map, farm, blink, mobility, just try to get as much money as possible. Signify still absolutely in this. It's not like just losing that one fight completely stops them in their tracks. But the problem is that I think Geek Fam are going to start to slow this game down a little bit, and that is absolutely what they need to do to stop this Lina from running around the map and killing everyone.
Yeah, that's the thing. Lina, she's had her fun, right, for the first 15 minutes. But, oh my gosh, Undying is dying.
Yeah, not really living up to his name at that point. Even got the ult out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. But as I was saying, Lina had her fun, right?
Yeah.
If she wanted to win this, she had to kind of, Signify, they were doing good rotation, great rotations, picking up kills. Lina having her fun, allowing Spectre to farm up. But, they are playing it too passive. They were way ahead. They weren't just a little bit ahead. They were way ahead, right? They should have taken advantage of that to kind of pressure more, to force Geek Fam to fight even when they weren't ready. But they've given Anti-Mage and the rest of Geek Fam a little bit too much time to kind of passively farm up, and if this goes on, Signify, it might put them in a pinch for where they don't have that big or huge advantage anymore.
I love Earth Spirit just picking up, what is it, Spirit Vessel, which actually, okay, it's got, 2 charges, should actually be really, really crucial, because that means that if you're trying to, like, for Undying, right, you're expecting a lot of regen to come through. Uh-oh, not anymore.
Yep.
I forget what it takes off of you. Hold on, let me check real fast. Yeah, it takes off 30 regeneration per second.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
That is
Yeah, not a lot.
Yeah, you basically take the from the Undying if that's used. But
yeah, you take the on-off for sure.
You're dying.
I mean, it's a great way to deal with that. Consequently, if you want to put that regen on the anti-mage when you go in, you're really going to be a lot tankier than you might normally expect. Vice versa for the Ember Spirit. Either way, I think the threat levels for Geek Fam are really starting to rise, and that AM really just shooting up in the net worth over and over again. Manta style completed.
All right, so you see 3 members of Signify at the top side of the jungle, whereas Geek Fam, they are starting to gather up. They are grouping up.
Here we go.
Initiate.
Engage for the Earth Spirit. Light Striker.
Oh my God, Laguna!
Completely negated. AM back towards the back, just looking for the opportunity to blink right back in. The BKB a little bit late there for the Enigma, but the damage is done from that black hole. At the end of the day, it's a 1-for-1. I definitely thought that'd be a little bit more impactful, but wow, what a way to start and finish a fight.
Yeah, that was definitely a good back and forth. Enigma, even though he did die, he used a great black hole, yeah. And I'm surprised that the Lina survived with the Yules, and the black was able to survive there. However, the Sand King unfortunately tried his best, but ended up dying. So yeah, that 1-for-1 trade, not a huge deal for either teams, but for Signify, they are not liking the way this game is going anymore.
Spectre wants to come around, looking for an engage, but actually very low on mana, so I'm just like, okay, well, trying to front a little bit. Lena's like, I would like that gold. Thank you. I'm not sure Lena's really where you need to be putting that, but Scotty just now picked up here. This AM does need to get back into the fight. Light Striker Ray misses. And Earth Spirit's out of there.
They are split up, you have to know. But AM does go in. Manta style.
Already using that counter spell, blinking on it. The illusions coming through. Tick, tick.
The Sand King, no mana, no nothing.
The blink through the trees finds him out there. Another counter spell just to make sure he doesn't get burrow struck. There it is. Mana Boy to take him out.
Blizzard, and no chance. Well, yeah, there is no chance for you to survive with this anti-mage anymore. You are done for.
I almost thought the Eidolon was going to take the kill.
Oh my god.
Not able to do it in the end. And Bryant just doesn't stop. He's always going forward, going in, and his magnetizers are so big. He's just setting this up over and over again. The AM just right-clicking to win.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. You are dead. Alright, Undying is back here.
There's no mana. Blizzard just can't do anything.
He's still going to try to go for it. Enigma in the back for support. Oh, the Manta style.
Trying to chase Blizzard down. He's too tanky.
And their Spirit runs away. Oh my goodness.
Undying.
Is not dying.
Starting to get clicked down. And oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, they gave him too much time. Oh goodness, Signify had the advantage for so long. They were actually capitalizing on it, but they were just busy picking up kills, not pushing towers, not, trying and forcing fights in front of Roshan. They were just picking up kills, and then, eventually that's going to backfire. Eventually that's not going to be enough to force the anti-mage to stop farming.
I'm still waiting to see what Lena wants to bring back into that. As a lens, the Yules, the BKB as well, but it's not like Swifty was just like, I have to carry this game. Octarine Sphere. It's like no. Does kind of know her place, is going to be here, I guess, more and more for crowd control. But I think we're really going to need to see either Spectre like really step it up, start getting a lot of work done Because I don't think there's really a backup plan for Signify. I think it's Spectre and then maybe Lina, kind of.
Well, like the thing is, like I understand what they why they picked this. Obviously, they wanted the Lina for the early engage right after she hit 6. All right, there we go.
Okay,
so that's
there
another
we go.
pickoff. So this is what they've been doing. But to continue my point, Lina will definitely give you that early advantage, right, till mid game, and slowly, like even though we did see that pickoff, it was just a pickoff at the wrong position for Geek Fam. So in a team fight, Lina is slowly going to lose strength because of that anti-mage. But by the time Lina starts to lose strength, right, the Spectre comes into play because he's going to almost be done farming as soon as Lina starts to lose her strength.
Damage for this? I mean, maybe they go Roche and take it, but...
Well, they did de-ward everything. They did ward everything on the way. No ward on the side of Geek Fam in front of Roche, so they're not going to know.
Yeah, no, you are correct, but they might lose tier 3 for that. They're going to get the Aegis, and it looks like it will go on to the Spectre, if I'm not mistaken there.
No,
it went to Lina. Yeah. I guess that makes sense because she's going to blow up. But I thought Tier 3 was going to be a lot more contested. It looks like no, they just shoved the wave and back off. A great Roshan by Signify.
Yeah, so, now it's time for Spectre to go up against and step up as the carry. Lina did her job the early mid-game. But for Geek Fam, we obviously know that the anti-mage is super farmed up. Signify allowed anti-mage to kind of, not free farm, but still get farmed up
there's the blink, the shackles, the mass serpent ward's committed, and there's even the break, but it just takes so long to get that kill. Luckily, they've just got days.
All right, well, just as I was saying, Spectre has to step up. He steps up for the team to die.
Well, yeah, I guess you got to take one for the team there. But my problem is exactly what I said earlier. It's Spectre is it. Like, yeah, Lina's there for the burst damage, but then you use your skills, and that's kind of it.
Well, there we go. The Ember Spirit is not going to be able to do too much. So Lina is still strong against Ember Spirit, but Anti-Mage is the real problem here. Another tier 2 goes down.
I'm surprised that Ember doesn't have like any sort of magic damage mitigation after, I think that's the 3rd or 4th tie in this game.
Yeah.
He's gotten right-clicked.
Well, if you notice now, the net worth and the advantage regarding the gold and the farm went over to Geek Fam, even though they are 12 kills down. So now, this is getting to the point. Yeah, we're past the 30-minute mark. Kills won't matter as much. Obviously, it's better to just get kills, but still, the farm, allowing Anti-Mage, especially with the Battle Fury, to just farm up is going to not be good for you. And now, finally, Signify wants to make something out of this.
Yo, this guy has no chill, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's not worth it, for sure.
They smoked in to make something out of this play. Oh, gosh.
We're going for a basher, actually. Whoa, already Abyssal. Blade completed there for the AM, and that means that, once those right clicks start coming through, even more devastating than before.
You're going to just stand still.
Well, and especially against the Spectre, it's just not a contest anymore. Like, you just lose. So I think, honestly, Anti-Mage building...
All right, smoked up.
Super correctly here.
Did they have a ward? No, they didn't have the ward where Signify was stationed at. Signify definitely has it warded over there, so they are ready, but obviously they're going to be up. Anti-Mage just decides to blink in.
Yeah, right-click start coming through, but the stuns, the CC, the chain, the Laguna Blade!
Oh my God!
It's a thing of beauty! How do you do that? The counterspell perfect! Just an incredible anti-mage play. This is exactly what it's supposed to look like. A huge black hole, though, and that's one way to do it.
Oh my God, a 3-for-3 trade is going back and forth. The anti-mage still alive.
Yeah, it does right-click down the tombstone, so that was mission number 1. A buyback from the Earth Spirit to try to turn this one back around, but this is crazy town. Shackles come through. The slow is out there. The Ember, the re-engage. Do we have the right clicks? Yep. Yes, we do.
Disappeared the leading Lina here. They are going to chase. They are going to continue. Look at this Ember Spirit.
And we're on the Spectre. Spectre running through. Of course, Spectre can... Oh, get up the high ground. You can't run. You can't hide. The blinks, they chase. You can't get away, Brian.
And look at how well placed these creep pushes are coming forward exactly at the top.
Oh.
It's as if they planned this.
I mean, maybe they did. We'll give it to them if they meant to do that. But otherwise, you're starting to see the true scary power of what happens when you've got an Earth that can just initiate. This anti-mage is starting to get a little ridiculous.
Yeah, it is getting ridiculous. Look at this Manta style anti-mage just getting rid of tier 3. They probably won't be committing to the barracks yet. They are going to fall back. They're going to call it a day. They definitely came back. They got that advantage. 9K net worth lead.
And it's almost all anti-mage, by the way. Yeah. Look at that. Up 7K over
14
the
kills
nearest.
and 3 deaths for anti-mage.
That is a fairly good score there, Ending Life.
Definitely is.
I would prefer that in at least one of my games. Not as easy as it looks, but...
Yeah, but Ember Spirit, 6 kills, 6 deaths, 13 assists. So, Ember Spirit definitely staying in the game, helping out Anti-Mage to finish the things off here.
Oh, I love that Ember has Lincolns now.
Oh, yeah.
That's the ultimate. Okay, all right, we're done with that Lunaguna Blade shenanigans.
Yep.
Just making sure that he's a little bit harder to take out.
All right. Well, Lina, if you see her, 11-3, but Lina being 11-3 at the 35-minute mark is not going to be a huge problem. Here, we have to... Spectre has to be 11-3, not 9-4. Spectre needs to be farmed up more if he wants to take out the Anti-Mage and the Ember Stomp and live through the Black Hole on Enigma. We'll see if he's able to do so. Now the positions have changed. Now Signify is delaying this game. They want to farm up a little bit more.
10 kills up, 12K down. Yeah. A testament to the gold coming through. Several plus gold passives coming through as well. I think Shadow Shaman has one in his talent tree, and I think there's maybe one more. I forget. I'm not up on my... but Brian, the engage is now getting engaged upon. And he will go down. The biggest strength for Geek Fam. Now taken out before this fight even starts, trying to chase in onto the carries, but they are out of here.
All right, well, their spirit goes down. Yeah, the Enigma goes down as well. So now it's just going back and forth. Even though Geek Fam still has a huge lead now, 10K lead still. But Signify, if you keep allowing Signify to get picked, get those picks, then this game is going to be over an hour long. It's just going to keep going back and forth.
I'm hoping against hope that this Lina Crystallis is for a Bloodthorn, because Ember Spirit has one too, but that's probably for Desolator, or not Desolator, Daedalus.
Yep. Well, Ember Spirit, you have to be the distraction. You have to allow the Anti-Mage to do free damage. You have to be the one with the rest of, Enigma, Shadow Shaman, and Earth Spirit to take out those CCs for Anti-Mage to kind of do the damage. Tier 2 goes down. See, both of these teams, Signify and Geek Fam, they know when to back off. Yeah. They know when to not commit when it's unnecessary. And, both teams having that control is going to make a good game come out. And
I love now Lina's got the Lincolns as well, saying, look, now I'm the one at risk of getting right-clicked.
Yeah.
But you're right, the control, I feel like for Signify, they were just running the game for the first maybe 10, 25 minutes. But now sufficiently the tides of battle have turned, along with that Battle Fury. Wonder what's next here. What is that final item? Okay, there it is, the Butterfly.
Yep.
As if you had to make it even harder. There's the blink, the engage, the Lincoln's not enough, and there's a Laguna. Give one more kill on to Lina, saying, look, we can take you out before you initiate on us.
They do have the vision. They're not going to commit to a fight. They're just going to play defensively. 50 more seconds until Enigma comes out. And the Barrel Strike into Sandstorm.
Another huge engage. Such a perfect combo. But AM going forward. Godlike, someone stop him is right. A Black Hole on everyone. But Swifty, look at that. The right clicks come through. The Yule's for the save. Yes,
Oh
yes,
my
might be no. It's going to get blown up, but he's not quite dead just yet. Maybe.
Ember Spirit goes down.
Thankfully, the AM is able to make it out alive and might be able to rejoin this fight for a turnaround, but what a crazy, chaotic fight we just witnessed. A 3 for 2 in the end in Signify's favor.
All right, well, even though the Lina did end up getting picked off, she was staying alive for so long.
For sure.
She was buying time. And, you know, that's great. That is great. And that is why they were able to do this 3 for 2 trade.
Oh, DD Rune!
As I was just complimenting them for that positive trade, they make it even.
Yeah, well, let's talk about now a double damage. DD did go to anti-mage, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, hold on to your butts because it is about to get real. If AM is able to like make use of this, he's a little bit tingly. Where is he going to put this to use? So I'm looking for the buff indicator to see if that is where it was. I totally missed that. I knew that was what they were fighting over, but
There we go.
yeah, it's going on to Roche now. I don't think there's too much that can stop this. Let's see what is around the area. I mean, Sand King is near. Look how fast Roche drops at this point.
Yep. They are coming for it. They have an idea because of the ward on their side of the jungle, but I don't know. We'll see if they'll be on time here.
Undying's there, but I think Roche might drop just in the nick of time.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Immediate Hex, though, and that's going to mean that Roshan does drop in time. The engage. Look at it. Look at him like completely blocked. The BKB in perfect time. Brian does go down here. But look at the Ember in the back. Might try to get the pick off onto the Sand King, but gets picked off instead. The last hit does the job, but is it just too much? Oh, even with the counter. The Aegis is popped here. How good is one anti-mage against the world? Might just be good enough. I think the Undying, yeah, just going to trade his life to let the rest of his team leave. They got the tombstone for good measure.
I gotta say, if Geek Fam kind of held off a little bit more, I know that Sand King initiated with the Burrow Strike, but if Geek Fam was able to kind of stay alive for maybe like 2 or 3 more seconds before getting initiated on, because Anti-Mage, yeah, he was almost done with Raj, but it took him a little longer than I expected. So, you know, they already got the Geek Fam already got picked off, and then Anti-Mage joined the fight, which, you know, forced him to lose or use the Aegis right off the bat. And yeah, it was a trade 2-2 or 2-3 maybe, but I think it could have gone way better for Geek Fam if they were able to hold off for like 3 more seconds.
Or take it 3 seconds faster. Take the Roche, yeah. No, Alacrity playing this really, really well for Geek Fam. I really feel like, oh, yeah, Cheese as well. Sorry. I'm not used to keeping track here. Okay, I thought that was the real Spectre there for a second. Wait a second. Stops the push on the top lane, gets the push going. And at this point, we're starting to deal with like these really heavy macro concepts. I think this is the longest game we've had of the day, if I'm not mistaken, or at least close to it.
Yeah.
43 minutes in. It could all come down to 1 or 2 fights. I wish we could show buyback information because it is very, close.
Yeah, we see 36K of net worth for Anti-Mage. That is just huge.
But look at Spectre's itemization. Really itemizing pretty well to deal with it. The MKB to stop the butterfly from allowing those dodges to come through. Yep.
It's a must.
BKB, this is a full 10-second one coming in for the AM. So as if you needed to be even more anti-magic.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll have to see here. Lina
holding the DD. Oh, and there it is, a double damage Spectre. Oh.
He has to utilize this, and you know, yeah, you can farm the Ancients, but is this really where you want to use the DD?
Well, I guess you had to pick it up sooner or later, but you're right. You want to have that for the fight. Ember pushing bottom.
All right.
Does have the ability to get out if he needs to. So
both of these teams know that it can just sway one way if one team fight goes wrong, so they are playing it super passive, understandable. But look at this, you know, the fight with wards. There's so many offensive and defensive wards on the side of Signify. Yeah, the Geek Fam has some, but wow, Signify, they've already kind of finished out prepping.
I love the rotation here from Signify, saying, look, okay, Ember Spirit's been down here a little bit too long. Let's rotate down, catch him out. No, he's already on the rotation. Ember Spirit, I mean, it's just so hard to catch this guy. It's just able to be so mobile with that Fire Remnant.
Smoke up.
Oh, Bro Strike on in. Oh, AM going forward, 10-second BKB is popped. Looks like he's going in onto the Tombstone and the Undying in the back. Black Hole completely whiffs, so that's not where you want to go.
I see the Epicenter being procced by the Sand King. There we go, catches on!
Laguna Blade to catch out the Flame Spirit. It just doesn't stop, even with the Lincolns.
Wow.
Swifty. The R button, it just works so well on his keyboard. And now look at this, not even, just completely effortless here for Blizzard. Trying to even delay the death timer.
Alright, well they are trying to stagger the death timer. And you know, Geek Fam came back, right? They were up, I think, 12K.
Yeah.
And now they're only 4K up. So, you know, this being positive 4K net worth is not even being positive because they dropped from 12K lead to 4K, which means it's saying that Signify is coming back.
Oh, they're going to try to cheese here. Swifty. I think they know they... Oh, man. I'm just waiting for the insta-jib to come up on our screen.
Well...
TP's out.
Yeah, TP's out to the mid. They are going to... I guess they're going to
trade. They're going to trade.
Yeah, they're going to trade.
So we're going to need to see that glyph come through here pretty soon. Do they have it?
Well, they have it.
Yeah, no, I knew that Signify have it. Yeah, counter glyph comes through just at the last second. So we are going to trade probably racks for racks if, AM can definitely take these through. But if they're not too careful, Signify could go for more.
Well, Signify, they finally got their first tier 3 down. Now they're going to try to go for top. But if you remember, Geek Fam already has one
the TV
of
back.
the tier 3.
They're going to take the second tier 3 turret, but watch out, Swifty. There they go. The engage on in, but the right clicks come through. It's an Ember
down.
Blown up before the fight even starts. Anti-Mage, look at the damage. It's coming through. The Oracle getting right click. The BKB about to expire here, but the cheese comes through for the heal. AM not strong enough, and he'll drop. He dead, and it's the buyback. That's right, but an Enigma going down here. AM knows he has no BKB anymore. And look at the bench. Right clicks come through. AM.
Look at how tanky he is.
The mana's being burned, but the stun is too long.
All right, well, this time the Spectre is on the AM, getting bashed, getting stunned by Lina, and it is unstoppable.
And this is going to be too much, even with all the buybacks in the world. Bryant's down, and so is everyone. It's a team wipe for Geek Fam, and Signify will dominate their way to their second win. Geek Fam will go down 0-3.
Wow, this was an amazing game. The GG has come out, but the back and forth, like Signify taking that advantage early to mid game, and then losing it to because of that anti-mage farm a little bit in the late game, and then coming back at literally at the end when they just needed to fight. Good trade going at the last minute for that mid tier 3, for that bottom tier 3.